can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funnelling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported back rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And good morning, everyone, from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, May the 9th. We're underway in golf, a little bit anyway. Out there's a secondary tournament today, but I can maybe throw out a few picks. But, man, the scores are going low. That's the secondary tournament, not the more major event, but action getting underway on the East Coast right now. Tennis action also, but we're really here to talk about our big sports tonight with the NBA and NHL playoffs after last night's card and Major League Baseball. We got mostly a day card today. Want to get everybody's input here on the games coming up. And say hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you for coming in. A little bit shorter show, I would think, here today with just the 7 games in Major League Baseball. I do have 2 in the NHL, 2 in the NBA. Boy, how about those results last night in the NHL? Man, I'm on the Edmonton Oilers last night, and like everybody else, I don't know if I saw it coming, but hats off to the Vancouver Canucks, and that's got to be a little bit worrisome. A lot of momentum there. Great job by Vancouver. Come back and get that victory. We were calling for an Edmonton win and an under, and it wasn't, I guess, ever looking like that to a certain extent. So we'll see tonight. But we did have a premium pick winner yesterday with the Florida Panthers. In fact, maybe some of you subscribed to the package yesterday. Maybe we got a little bad beat there in the Baltimore-Washington game. We had the total under and went a little haywire there at the end. So our winning streak ended. But the story here for me is in that Boston-Florida game. In my write-up, I said I wouldn't be surprised if the score was completely reversed in this game today between Boston and Florida. And that's what we got pretty much with the Panthers now striking the board and getting a victory over Boston. So we'll see what happens now tonight. And got a little chippy there in that Boston game. We also had a premium pick winner, though, at least here, or a show winner here yesterday, Florida on the puck line. NBA, don't know what to say. We definitely didn't come through here with Indiana yesterday, but you guys were on the Knicks there, some of you certainly, and a great job. And this team, not hats off to Indiana and their coaching staff. I'm not sure they knew quite what to do there in the end. And man, for maybe I wanted to criticize Thibodeau a little bit because of some of his decisions he's made in the past. There's no doubt the coaching advantage there with the Knicks, but have the Knicks back themselves into a corner by trying to keep pace with these Pacers? And now are they possibly they've got the lead, they've got the 2-0 lead, but man, have you ever felt a situation where the momentum had kind of dissipated after two such impressive victories by the Knicks, including more heroics from Brunson, but he's injured. Well, the Knicks are just piling up injuries. They've got time to rest. Well, not much time, but we're going to have a break here for a little travel and see what happens there. But man, it just feels like the momentum here a little bit is gone from the situation with the Knicks. All right, and we did have a premium pick winner yesterday with Real Madrid in Champions League action. There's a little bit of soccer action today. Let me say hello to the chat, see if anybody wants to talk about the couple of games today. You guys, I think, had another winner in a smaller game yesterday. And I want to say hello to everyone and thank you. We got already almost 40 here already. So let's get chatting a little bit and just see what's going on. An article today in the ESPN columnist, lead columnist, talking about the NBA wanting to maybe discuss things a little bit with uh, the sports books. Maybe the NBA wants some changes to how the betting menu goes. Hey, you worry about what you're worrying about. Let the operators look. The guys who made the mistakes when it came to the Porter situation were the books themselves, of exposing themselves to maybe rather larger limits on players who weren't getting enough playing time. That's a fault of the operators, and there's not enough experts right now to go around to kind of help the operators at this point. They need to rely on industry experts to help them figure this out. The article also discussed the NBA wanting to kind of say, hey, how about we just do no unders? How about we don't have any unders? That way we don't have this problem. Well, in other news, the Security Exchange Commission is going to ban short selling. What are we talking about here? Don't you know how markets work? So you don't put any markets out for players that are expected to play 3 or 5 minutes unless it's a Super Bowl or NBA Finals or something. You got to use some common sense. So the operators are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're doing it what they are supposed to be doing to make money to a certain extent. Hats off to these books for luring all the players in with their poor betting skills, taking 4, 5, 6 game SGPs with all those overs built in and lower. And even if they offer a little boost or anything, hey, I'll tell you what, I bet you if you're a winning player out there, you might not be getting as many boosts as your buddy is across the street who keeps loading up his reload. So anyways, let the operators handle it. I know things are a little slow in Vegas here too, but nonetheless, let them, get with the industry experts and NBA. You got other things to worry about here. The Indiana Pacers filing their petition, if you will, or a protest or a paperwork or an email or something about 78 missed calls over the first 2 games. Yeah, the refs apparently, according to the Pacers, organization, coaching staff, people, film people, missed 78 calls against just against the Pacers. I don't even think they were took into account how many for the Knicks. Maybe it was probably only 10 or so because we know what the Pacers think of the officiating right now, even though the coach can't figure out that he should have his two best guards on the floor at the same time. When you have those two guys on the floor together, they are outpacing the Knicks. They're outpacing everybody. They don't play a lot together because you kind of balance your two ball handling guys out, but that doesn't mean they can't be in there at the most key time. So 78 blown calls, I guess, if math serves me, I guess that's about one every 45 seconds. So every other possession, the Indiana Pacers felt the need to point out to the NBA that the officiating, there were mistakes in the officiating. Well, okay. Halliburton did step it up, got the big points, but of course the Knicks and Brunson, those injuries there piling up. Oh, let me say hi to everybody. Enough about me. And what I think. Robert's here first. That's wonderful. R. Thomas is great here. And Thomas ready to roll. Jerry, 1K protection. Sims Network. Great to have you. Appreciate you being in here, Howard Hogan. And welcome, my babies. All right, Solo here today. Yeah, Solo had a little rough. Hey, like I said, I ended up with a, a 2-3, including losers with Edmonton and that total, that Baltimore Washington total. Hey, I was on the under, and it was pretty solid under, and went extra innings, and a bunch of runs were scored. But they put a runner on second base, I guess, if you haven't heard, and more runs come in apparently. And of course, you have Chicken Arm who can't get anybody out. He needs to be put out to pasture. It feels like here, because what are you going to do? Where's my DMV crew talking Orioles and Nationals? Fernando, we had it, Fernando. And hey, Fernando, what about me? Were you here? I mean, I had Pachuca on the handicap against America, final 1-1. I'll take it. So I'm going to start rolling my Mexican soccer winners. All right, Travis is here today. We're going to be talking. We're going to be talking baseball here. I'll tell you this. Everybody's loving the Guardians, and of course, because of the, you're getting a pretty good price against the White Sox. What can you say? I mean, I guess everyone's going to be on the Guardians today. I mean, I know the price is going up. I mean, what are we going to do? Should we just get it right now? Should we just put it in and maybe come back later? It's already $1.74 at Bovada. This thing opened up as low as $1. Got as low as $1.45. Where were you? Got 142 at South Point here in Vegas. All right. Looks like I've caught up to your comments a little bit, so I'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well last night at Tony'sPicks.com, where we put our premium picks, absolutely our best picks every day. Pardon me. Including mine here. 5-day winning streak came to an end with that, but did have a premium winners yesterday. Miami and the Dodgers under was a premium pick winner for me here yesterday as well. Okay, there we go. Oh. All right, here at Tony'sPicks.com, it was Pravi Samba Murti. When Pravi's hot, you're going to see a lot of Pravi, and he's been hot, so I can't wait to see what his numbers. He might be up on these other leaderboards right now. He's been racking up several good days. Sean Ace Dinwiddie, the king of totals, up there, 4-0 yesterday. Ruben Marlborough, come to Marlborough country. There's Ron Crawford. Man, he's rolling up these soccer winners right now. And he's got plays today as well in Europa action. Tim Irwin, 2-0. Danny Dimes there, 2-1. Mark Butterscotch Eubanks, 8-5. Bo Dunn, 67%. Jerry Lewis, 2-1. Hollywood Sam, 2-1. And Nick Lagaretos as well in the profit on Wednesday. There's Pravi. He's definitely on top right now with 19 units of profit. Currently, Ronnie Hahn there, 12 2/3 units for Ron. Good job. I'm there right now with this week. A pretty good roll here, up 10 dimes, or up 10 units, actually 10 units, 1 dime. With our scoring here, if you will. These are Tony'sPicks.com, so these are just individual plays, basically 1 unit plays. Wager a favorite to win 100, wager a dog to win plus money. Just a way of keeping score. Your mileage may vary. You may be stepping on it when the capper's hot. You may be pulling back if your capper's not. But we give out sports picks here at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages on Thursday here, and I'm going to have action. I'm already got a couple of picks loaded in the NHL, my premium picks there. Also in Europa action, I have one as well. So use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20%. All right, Luis is here. Ready to roll. And I didn't really get too much into that soccer card with you guys. Didn't seem like you guys were too interested, other than Fernando had his plays there. But I think I can go with a play here since I got a premium. I don't have a graphic for it, but uh, this afternoon in Europa League action. And two matches, of course, today, including Marseille is up against Atalanta, and also Leverkusen is at hosting Roma, of course. Leverkusen at home leading 2-0 right now in their matchup. And boy, that one, the total is I think it's 2.5 juiced, so I don't know if I'm really interested there. But in the Marseille Atalanta game, I think I'm going to come in with a play here in this one. The score right now after the first leg is 1-1. So for me, I think Atalanta, like them at home. I'm just going to take them here to win this game. Maybe if you want, you can just take them to win no matter what. I'll go ahead and take them in 90 minutes. I mean, we're here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. We're not going to take them just to, you know, win the game overall. We're going to take them to win in 90 here. They're dollar 25 at most places here right now. So that's fine. Pretty big favorite, Atalanta. I'll go ahead and take them. I think that even though we know Atalanta, the total is only 2.5 here, and it actually has gone up. I think there's some value in the under. I know Atalanta, sometimes they can score a bunch of goals at home, but they're a pretty good opponent here too. Even though I'm going to go with Atalanta. Man, I might bet the under just for the heck of it, but I'll take Atalanta as my play here on the show. All right, yep, and we had it. We had Madrid yesterday, and ready to go here on some of the games. I think you guys are waiting on me. About 60 of you in here. I think we can get rolling with the games today. Here we go. Dallas and Oklahoma City is going to start us off here. Oops. No, of course. No, let's go in chronological order, you guys, with Cleveland and Boston. Make sure I have the games right. Make sure I know who's winning the series. Try to get some credibility here. Anyways, how do we feel here today with the Cavaliers on the road? Could Boston be in some type of complacency position ever against this club right now? The way they're playing in the first half, getting out to these leads, covering first halves, it feels like right now. But God, when can it just maybe let up just a little bit? And does Cleveland have enough anywhere without Allen in here now? Questionable at this point. Can I interest anybody in getting involved with these Cavs? And I said in the last game, I'm ready to, turn the page a little bit on, taking the dogs, trying to go against Boston a little bit, that they were we will, Carla. I think I am ready for at least one WNBA preseason pick. Maybe we'll just do it after the basketball here. So I think I'm ready to go with my one pick. I think I've won. And I apologize for not giving at least the schedule of yesterday's games. Okay, here we go. Thomas Lewis is on Boston, and he's taking your votes. He's our official compiler of consensus plays, so we'll see if Boston's going to be one of them here. Here's Rich with Boston and over. R. Thompson's going over with Boston off to these rocket starts here to a certain extent. They can't miss, and even the Cleveland Cavaliers, known as a defensive team, can't slow them down. The total? What do you guys? I mean, you guys obviously are leaning over here. The total is 212.5 at this point. What do I have it on screen? 212. That's okay too, but it does feel like it's moved up here a little bit to 212.5. Might not be with you guys though, actually here, but I'm not ready to tip my hand just yet. And how about it, him looks? I mean, the Phillies also. I that was my other play. Hey, okay, maybe just a little bit, right? We're gonna give just a little bit back with the Phillies, but man, they've done us pretty well. So, eh, all right. Travis saying Boston getting off to these hot starts right now, so maybe just lay the points in the first quarter. All right. Yep. Thomas is going over. Yeah, it looks like you're waiting on me, Thomas, because of the fact that everyone else has got their vote in. So maybe it's still a consensus. I'm going to go with the Cavs in this game. Where's Chad to admonish me here? I'm going to take the Cavs one time. I still believe the Celtics are a team that does play with a certain level of complacency. Maybe this is the time I need them to do so here. There certainly is plenty of argument for playoff teams in this situation. It's very rare. Getting double digit points on the road, down 1-0. There's a lot that point to it doesn't happen as often. Dre is here. So maybe I'll be that guy, not crashing the party or anything. I'm going to go with it as my free play here. I do believe the Cappers, for the most part, are going to be on Boston. It feels like here by maybe close to a 2-to-1 ratio from my unofficial survey of uh, talking heads and uh, cappers that I like. So Ray's here. Thomas says we're taking Boston. So I don't know if that's official or not. I feel like I'm the only one here on Cleveland. We've only had a few commenters really on the game, but all right. M looks Boston first half, and Gerardo Celtics first quarter and first half. So you guys think it's going to be the same thing? And hey, look, I don't doubt it will be. I mean, Boston's been awesome. I think the one thing talk about their good players and everything, and the emergence of White here on the big stage. We all knew he was pretty good already, but all of a sudden, um, with Tatum, really just even average Tatum, right, is pretty good. But I think everyone agrees that White has been the star of the team right now. So that just shows how good Boston is overall. And Cleveland, you're looking for answers. I'm looking for answers too, but I'm really just playing kind of bit more towards. I've got to try one more time with Cleveland as a dog. That Boston is just still just getting so much public attention right now for me, and I'm going to need it to be a certain type of game, I would think, if the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to stay in this game. I'll let you guys decide what I'm thinking there because I'm talking about the total. That's going to be my premium pick. So Gerardo talking about the Madrid score yesterday. I needed that now, actually. And it felt like it was never in doubt, really. It felt like a pretty solid play, even though 2-1. All right. I'm taking the Cleveland Cavaliers plus these big points. Uh, don't be surprised if it's a situation where, yes, the Celtics have gotten out there, the leads get to 20 here to a certain extent, but with game two here now, I don't want to say this is a backdoor. I mean, and again, I try to tell about how the game plays. I do it a lot in my write ups as well. But yeah, I don't doubt you guys still could be right with some of those early Celtics bets, but it could be something, it could be late, uh, you know, 80, 87, 67 or something, and the Cavaliers could get within that number. And if it, just depends what type of tempo that they need. And I'm going to give Cleveland a chance here. My man, Evan Mobley did play a lot better last game. So, okay. that's it for that game. Let's move on to the West right now, and hey, let's talk about the let's well we we'll talk about the MVP show right now. Just we don't have Denver playing, so but we do have SGA, and you probably heard the comments, really spoiling the show. Uh, the NBA is about to uh, leave TNT for NBC. It would take. I mean, I don't know if um, Discovery, Warner Bros, DWB, whatever they are going to come up with that 7.5. Uh, well, I not all of it will be their money, but the NBA television deal that's going to be announced, they're starting to leak it actually, and we know the rights. I'm not quoting the figures directly, but the current rights are like 2.8 or 9 billion. Maybe it's not quite that much. It's going to go up to 7.5 billion on this contract that's going to be announced. It's going to be shared by the same entities, other than TNT is going to leave for NBC, and you're going to have some other partners in not other partners, but Amazon is going to be in this as well. It'll be ESPN, ABC still. Amazon's going to be in there for like probably close to $2 billion. I mean, ESPN, ABC is 2.6, and Amazon's going to be like 1.8. So you got to think there's going to be a lot of basketball on Amazon, and the NBC contract will be 2.5. And maybe they will take Barkley. They'll take those guys over there. But I want to be the guy. This will be very unpopular, but inside the NBA is tired. I mean, that's not where I go for. When I find myself, look, entertainment. Okay, Charles Barkley for sure. I love it. I love entertainment, but everyone knows that, especially in the gambling world, right? Charles is a big fade. Look at the joke they have. I mean, they probably have a big deal with that sports book, and they've turned that segment into a joke, like sports betting is a joke. And here you have Charles, who should be, uh, even if he uh, was terrible like he is, right? I mean, Charles doesn't even have the lingo down in sports betting, and here he is supposed to be always that guy, right? He's always been the guy that's talked about. He's a terrible gambler. He's admitted it, but uh, they've kind of made a mockery of it to a certain extent. And um, Kenny running to the wall. It's tired. It's old. It needs a revamp. That's all. Some kind of revamp. And I'm not talking about bringing Draymond Green on. That's the last thing I probably want. I don't know how to fix it, actually. But I loved the show for years. But I think it's old. I think it's old. And after let me conclude after Shaq's comments last night. Right here, the NBA has their little presentation. I mean, to honor their best player, Nikola Jokic, one of the best players of all time, and then you have your top commentator coming on right after and basically trashing him and saying, "Well, not really the best player," and then all of a sudden make it about himself, saying, "Eh, you know." I just want to shout out SGA because I was second all the time. I really was overlooked for MVP. So, SGA, maybe his time will come. I mean, I think he's absolutely wonderful and terrific. In fact, I've done the 360 on what a pro wants, right? The first 10 times I saw what a pro wants, I had to turn it down every time. It made me so uncomfortable. But now I'm singing with SGA and Holmgren. I'm singing the song. In fact, I saw a tweet. From Christina Aguilera, and she said, "You guys own it now." Well, she didn't say that, but it was so bad she might want to give it up. All right, let's get into so just that's really a TV deal update is what that was, but put a little story in there. Hope you guys like that kind of stuff. Mavericks and Thunder here. We'll talk about the game now, shall we, with this one? And what do you guys think here tonight? OKC, does Dallas look wounded enough to you? Is Luka have a problem? Why can't he hit the one-legged floating back shot? Keeps falling short at the rim, limping around on the ground, on the floor. Luka, is he hurting? Is he playing to the officials? The Thunder. they kind of do it with class, don't they? I mean, up and down this organization, and you have, well, look, I like Cuban, I don't mind, but uh, two different ways of getting it done right now. It feels like a little bit with these two franchises. You got all the comments backing up here. Let me go back to it, you guys. Darren had his plays before. Sorry about that. And yeah, Ray, I don't know if it's going anywhere. I don't know where it's going anywhere. I mean, you're paying big money. Those guys draw eyeballs. They ain't going anywhere, I don't think. Right? But need just something, man. There's nothing really being said on that show. Maybe I'm just, too much of a gambling head, and I'm already off on the gambling channels when the game is over, or watching my YouTube friends talk real gambling, betting, actionable information. All right, we're here in this one. Okay, Chad's got it with he wants OKC again. Man, if Chad's doing OKC, I might be doing OKC, but I don't know. I kind of like, I need a premium. Hey, Rick's here. And today he's got a Nuggets, Hurricanes parlay. We'll be talking hockey here hopefully soon. Oh, Chad, great. Here, let me look. In fact, and just in case, because I probably lost already, and I apologize to Carla if she already left. But I'll go with Chad. Hey, Chad, we got a Chad consensus on this one. That is my one play right now in the WNBA. I've only had I think this is a third one of the preseason right now. Indiana, they were a 1.5 point favorite. They're now 2.5 against the Dream, and that's my play tonight. And I will be covering the WNBA here. Anybody who's followed me here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, there's been a lot of coverage this year. Everybody loves women's basketball. I've been here doing it since I've been invited to this channel. It was one of my first assignments here to a certain extent. So we will continue it. And it wasn't just jumping on here and saying I'll cover women's basketball. I was already, I go way back. Covered women's basketball. All right. Chad says he got that good price before that steam came rolling in. Chad's been bombing the WNBA, apparently. That's if you bet every game, seems like there's only been about 8 or 9 games so far. So, and we're almost ready to start the season. It's great. I think it's great. And again, it's tough for those players, right? You feel for a player like Cardoso, who it scared me. Again, that was the game. I don't even think I've addressed it here on the show. Let me get through this. God, the Mavericks and the Thunder in this one here. I want to talk about the WNBA. This is I don't want to say that. I'll say it like that. But I mean, I do have a little bit of a story there. I want to tell it right now because I don't want to forget. But Cardoso, she played in the debut and was lost to a shoulder injury. It does, the season starts so soon from their other. You don't know if it's a wear and tear or anything like that. I didn't really look into that much into it. But when I heard that she was injured, I was like, how can that be? I thought she played in that game. Remember, that was the game where the lady streamed it on her TikTok and got 400,000 viewers because somebody forgot that people wanted to watch the game. So you can just see where they're going with the WNBA this year. The league is caught by surprise, but they did have the news of their charter flights and everything. So they are a little bit to me, it looks like they're a little behind. They don't understand they do, but they don't. I mean, and maybe it'll cool down, but you got to be ready. I mean, 400,000, that lady probably hope she got monetized. All right, here comes Darren R. Thompson's Thunder team total over M. Looks, you guys have plenty of comments, and I'm talking about other everything. And Oakland and Minnesota, right? And boy, like I said, I'm holding on. I've got that Minnesota future, but Oklahoma City looks great. Gosh, they look great. And Justin says you can still get a great price here. And I think Thomas is start ready to comment here on the total here in the game with Dallas and Oklahoma City. Boy, I love both the side and the total. I do like the side, and I'll say it like that. I like the side and the total. But I'm gonna go with Oklahoma City. I'm gonna go with Chad here. I hope everybody doesn't mind. I use him as a barometer. I mean, you guys are all great, but Chad does a great job on his social media, and I see all of his comments, or I try to anyway, brother. We're betting totals, my friend. That's right. And Robert here talking about OKC. And R. Tomps, certainly one of my favorite players of all time. Maybe my second favorite player of all time behind Lisa Leslie is Candace Parker. Ray here, OKC. Robert Martin, OKC. I kind of want to. I mean, that's what I was saying. I haven't made my decision yet because on the premium, because I like the side and the total, and I kind of like it equally. But you guys are all over OKC, so Thomas is saying exactly what I'm thinking. Take the number, take OKC. Let's make it a more consensus. Yeah, I went with a little contrarian action in the Cleveland game, but 6-0s here with. I didn't even realize, I'm so old and I've got to go get my glasses that I haven't had for years. But I'm starting to see as I blow it up that little basketball uh, avatar. And it's very clever. I'm not even sure what it is. It's just, is that you, 6-0, with a red hat and dribbling a ball with blue shoes? I love whatever it is. It's cool. All right. Robert saying, "What do you think, Ramon? Is this going to go? Is this going to go up right now?" Well, it was as low as 4, right? And but mostly 4.5 or 5. I mean, 5 was pretty much a widely reported opener that still remains pretty much the uh, number. All right, I guess we'll move on. Let's see what else. Okay. Thanks, you guys, for that. We got to go to hockey, man. We're spending a lot of time on telling stories. I believe that you're going to see a pretty close split, though, with cappers tonight. I believe there'll still be a lot of cappers interested in Dallas here tonight, but I think they'll mostly go with the Thunder. And again, that's just my unofficial survey of looking at different. And again, it's not so much like the people like me and the cappers here. When I'm talking about the cappers, I'm talking about the ones that maybe are a little, I don't want to say bigger or anything like that, but the uh, ones you might see with larger channels, if you will, bigger channels. It's hard to find one bigger than the 40,000 Juggernaut, and I don't mean across the street either. I'm talking about the ones that have networks with action and all those other kind of sites like ours that think they're bigger or better, but they're not. But I'm watching them. I'm watching their videos. I'm trying to get the feel, the lay of the landscape. Let's get to hockey. Talk about the Rangers and the Hurricanes here in this one. And the Rangers, they do lead 2-0, right? In this series, and the Hurricanes are $1.80. Remember what I was saying about the series and the Hurricanes being favored in the series despite not having that home ice advantage, and the Rangers came out and looked just much the best to a certain extent, didn't they? They look like they have the bigger names, the bigger stars here. But Carolina at home, you got to give them a look here, a chance here in this one, I would think, to come back and get involved here with the series. Rangers have been great, no doubt about it. And I think that, people have every right to think that at this price, the Rangers certainly can be considered value. But what happened in the last game, right? The Rangers were kind of they were cheaper, certainly, but they were still favored and got it done. So now Rangers with a 2-0 lead here on the road. And interestingly, right, the uh, supposed to be a goaltending duo with two of the best netminders in the world, and the score was 4-3 in both games. So, will it be like that again tonight with the venue change here? Will that change anything for you guys? Let's see if you guys are talking any hockey with me today. Dre, that might have been the basketball game with Dre. I don't know. It's only Brent so far with the Canes. Says $1.80. You can't do it. Well, I'm out of options. I mean, I can either take the Cane, because I don't know. It feels like a 1-goal game. It feels like it's gonna be 4-3 again, you guys. Our Tom says over. It just feels like it's gonna be 4-3 again. I mean, maybe now in Carolina they can uh, reverse what happened a little bit, but it doesn't feel like the Rangers are out there looking crisp, man. Rangers out there looking crisp. I think Dre is saying this Rangers team is looking too hot right now, and so is looks. I need the Carolina Panthers to come back and get in this series. I promise you that. And I think they will, but can I really pull the trigger on it at this price? Can I be true to myself? Because it does feel like the Rangers are the $1.50 or so, but man, they have to win the game. Darren's on the Rangers here.
Final.
JJ Wolf just lost in Rome. I saw it coming. All right. Thomas says, don't do it. Don't do it. Robert says, what do you think about the ticket counts? What do you guys have in your ticket counts? And that's always, like I've said here many times, I'm a ticket count kind of guy. I'm not worried about the volume, right? Because one man's pittance is another man's fortune, Lazilo. And boxing's first B-log is here. And it says the Knicks and the Rangers are rolling right now. Rick says Hurricanes are not losing this game. I'm taking Carolina. I can only either look. I try to just stay within what Tony's picks, what we can offer as products here at Tony'sPicks.com. Hockey, it's full game, sides, and puck lines and totals. And if choosing between Carolina to win the game at a -180 and the Rangers a puck line at -$1.75, because I don't like it the other way right now. I don't like Carolina to cover this even on a puck line. I know that I've got to put a little puck line down in a hockey game. I'll sprinkle it all over the place. The Rangers dominate this team, no doubt about it. This is the big one for Carolina. I mean, there's no doubt they need this one. I believe Cappers will shade Carolina here just slightly from my survey of things last night. And again, and there are other options here for regular players, right? Like I said, I'm trying to give out what we offer here at Tony'sPicks.com. Obviously, you can pick Carolina in regulation. You can go a little Carolina money line and a little puck line. Different variations here. And what's the numbers on both teams winning this series? Does that mean to win this particular series? Because it says parlay there, so maybe I don't get totally the gist of the question. But currently, after the Rangers won the first two games, I think this is a good question, actually. And the Rangers are -270 now to win this series. Still expected to go, 6 or 7 games, certainly. So Carolina's got to start winning somewhere. And great, 6-0. Thank you very much for your honest uh, assessment here of what's happened to this team time and time again when playing the Rangers. And the thing I fear is like either way, either like kind of like last night's game, you get a big lead and you blow it, or you're holding the you're trailing early, right? Okay, you can, Thomas. I'll take the Canes here to get one tonight. And Joseph says first period overs in both games. So I think these games, they'll tighten up as we go along here. I think towards the end, the goals early. I don't know if it's necessarily a surprise to me. Interesting point here from Rick. Well, I need the Canes to win some games. Kind of was on them a little bit here in this series, and respect. There's no doubt. I want to describe this as a series where the Rangers have ended up looking like they have some, uh, their cohesiveness, the way they're playing, they've continued here. And for the Hurricanes, they definitely have had some guys, and maybe it was true in the last series as well, that maybe haven't showed up that we were expecting to show up for Carolina here in the postseason. Um, but I think we've seen mostly Aho, I would say. I think Jarvis has been fine. He was kind of a no show in the last game. Svechnikov has been the absolute um, uh, step up player. It feels like for Carolina and Natchez as well. And Gensel has lived up to expectations for Carolina, a team that, like I said, they don't go out and get that player usually. And Gensel has done it. So I think speaking for what 6-0 was saying as a fan. So yeah, Jeff, I'm just going to give out the money line on the show here. It's all I can, it's all I can do, and I prefer that here to the Rangers, just because in a playoff could have if I'm going to go with the winning team, there could be a empty netter certainly. All right. Oh, sorry, boxing. Sorry, BFV. That's what you were asking. If the sweep, right? Rangers sweep right now is plus 425. So, all right, let me move to the next one. Unless you guys have anything else with that one, and I'll take the Canes. All right, next up here, another one where Colorado got off to that 1-0 lead after a flat out stunner. The Stars led big early, and man, it just seemed like a matter of time once Carolina got it rolling and got it going. And man, talk about the maybe disparity in talent between the Rangers and the Hurricanes. Man, the Avalanche looks like a team filled with world class players, and the Stars feel like a team of pretty good players. That's all. I mean, the way the Avalanche players look, we already know they've got world class talent in McKinnon and Rantanen, and Makar is a world class. But the way Nichushkin has stepped up here and really, really shined. And meanwhile, for Dallas, it's kind of been the same thing over and over. Robertson, yeah, he started to step it up here a little bit, but I think I was expecting a lot more from Dallas, at least in that first game to hang on. I mean, really in the postseason so far, even though they won, quite frankly, because Rube Hintz has been a disappointment. And Pavelski finally showed up last game. Ben was there last game, did a good job. Heiskanen was he was the one really though looking like uh, he was chasing them down when they were giving up the puck a little bit. It kind of looked like in a way. I don't want to compare it, to the action last night when Edmonton, because totally different teams, I would say, but why is Edmonton so concerned with playing so far up front in the zone sometimes, leaving a whole bunch of ice behind them with a lead, with a multi-goal lead, because they don't know any better, and that's why Connor no shots for McDavid. I'm not gonna. Everybody's talking about that. But look at the rest of the way that they were playing late, not even late in that game. You get out to a lead and you think, oh man, and it just, oh, here comes some more comments. I'm sorry. All right. Justin's still ready to roll here with the Hurricanes in the series. I'm going over in this game, you guys. Uh, Want to just get that in for Justin there. And I'm going over again with Colorado and Dallas here in game two. Just really super pumped about what I've seen. Look, I'm a little heavy in Dallas here, really, quite frankly, but totally impressed by Colorado right now, and I think they can score. Yeah, there was a sweep actually. The Rangers. Dre's going to be on the abs here. It did feel like, man, did the Stars lose the series with that disappointing uh, blown lead? All right, Jeff's going over here in this one with me. So we're doing it. We're going over as my pick here. Darren's going over as well. And Jeff said he took 6.5, right? And we know that, yeah, mostly six overs right now. No, no, it's 6.5 at a lot of places. It's the six over as we're paying the tax. Now probably up to minus 30 or so, 25 or 35, but still that's fine too. And here on the show, maybe I've missed out on the sixes, and that's why you're getting the total as my pick here in this one. But like I said, I'm heavy in the Stars to in this series before it started, if you know what I mean. And I'm not giving out the side here, and maybe I have a premium, but doesn't mean that can't understand what I see right now. It looks very impressive. But Colorado again, I mean, they have all that. They have all that championship experience, obviously too. And today, I don't know. I think from what I saw with the cappers, I think it's relatively even still. I think there's plenty of cappers still going to be interested in Dallas, but okay. And I had Freddy's last night, but Ramon uh, was maybe what was going on. I tried to go get my Freddy's in the middle of the Dallas, in between the second and third period, and maybe with all that scoring, I'm pretty good at ordering food on apps. I mean, I am a sports watching guy, so but I blew it. I screwed up my order somehow, and when I got it, I was disappointed, and it was my fault. You always want to blame, no. I mean, I was like, I put exactly the opposite I want. Like every button where I was supposed to put, you figure out what maybe happened to my meal. Every button you push where sometimes it says like yes, like you want the condiment, or like everything where I wanted it, I put no, and everything where I didn't want it, I put yes. I got like the opposite of what I wanted. Because I think I was so flustered by the not the Colorado. What did I say? The second game, the Edmonton Vancouver game. So, all right. I didn't even know till I got back. And then I got there and I didn't even order the fries. And I wondered why the guy gave me like a ton of free fries because I had a bunch of things that like didn't make any sense in my order. Like my order was like, like $25 and probably had about $10 worth of actual food. So the guy's like, I'm like, is there any fries? Is my fries in here? Because I blew that too. He's like, oh, I'll just drop you some fries here real quick. Give me a minute. And he just gave them to me. All right. Jeff says, if Dallas wins, it will go under. I think Dallas would prefer at this point, given what happened last game. I think Dallas would prefer 1-0 over 3-0 in a strange way at this point. So, okay, that's it for hockey. I think you guys are done. I'm done. I've got Carolina laying big money. What can I do? And we don't want any. There's a guy on one of the shows that every time you try to pick big chalk, and I'll take the over. Okay. 8-game baseball card. We can get this going here real quick. And it's a early card here, so we got to get rolling. The former what happened? Hey, the Cincinnati Reds used to be the famous team that always played the 12:30 Eastern game, but they're not today. Slade Ciccone goes for the Diamondbacks, going up here against Hunter Green, and well, for Ciccone, a 4.96 ERA in his 3 starts. He's gone under in all 3 starts. Just as I was coming on the air, this thing got steamed to the under. I'm still in pretty big under mode. Maybe more of them are making their way to the shows right now, and I'm maybe backing off a little bit on the premiums. We had a pretty good week and definitely hit some unders. Even though I pick all these unders on the shows, to get them to the premium land still does take a little bit, especially if they, keep getting hammered, right? And amazingly, think about it. I mean, everybody loves an over, but the pros keep hammering these unders, quite frankly, because who wants an under between but me? And I'm going to give out the under here on the show, mostly because I'm just not confident. I don't think in this one of the Reds is a favorite. I don't want to lay them here with Hunter Green. He's pitched well in those last 2 starts, no ERA, 12 2/3 innings, but the Reds are 1-6 with Green. Faced some good pitchers. The Reds have lost 10 of 12. Diamondbacks are just 5-7. So these guys aren't showing really a penchant for winning too much, but you do have a Reds team that's gone under in 14 of their last 20. Green's also gone under in over in just one of his 6 starts, and Arizona's gone under in 19 of their last 27 games. Ciccone's gone under in all 3. I'm taking the under. It's already down. It says 9/15 there, but that was when I typed it in late last night while eating my they did put the meat on there, but if you're ordering a certain burger with a certain topping, and then the person, look, I mean, I know that you're just prepared. I guess you don't call it. You can't call someone, right? Hey, this looks like a crazy order. All right. Still have it here somewhere. It was a sad trip to Freddy's Burgers. A good thing I picked up about 5 of those custard ice cream Oreo sandwiches. Okay, here you guys got to play. Dre's on Cincinnati. So we get rolling here. Arizona and under for 6-0. Jeff said, fix the total, Ramon, on your graphic. He didn't really say that, but oh, I did. Okay, 8.5. 9. Oh, what did Jeff say? Oh, is there a 9.5? Or that's what he got? That's what you got, right? Because I mean, I'm showing 8.5s like everywhere right now. Like I've missed the party. I show 8.5 at stations. I guess I could grab that app, but I'll just give it out as a play and hope you guys do well with it as well if you want. Thomas wants Arizona here. And yesterday we called for an over. Cappers yesterday were all over the Diamondbacks in this game. But today, I don't think they'll be. I don't know. I don't think it necessarily had to do with yesterday's result, but I think they'll back off a little bit today, even though Arizona did win. I don't know if they're really ready to go with Saccone here against Hot Green, but I'll just take the under. Thomas is on the under. And Rick says, careful, Ramon. You got Cincinnati. The wind's blowing out. Fernando's on the Reds' money line. Our Tom's money line here for the Reds. Brent's on the Diamondbacks. And Robert, look at what he said. And that was funny, right, Robert? Because that was a game I screwed up. I was on with Tony. I'm like, oh, is that Gallon? The B game. And Gallon actually got postponed even further back, but he came through the good. So when I see that, good outing when they had question marks regarding their fitness. Okay, I think that's it for this one. Let's move on. We've only got 8, so let's go. Here, the Seattle Mariners are going to be on the road with Logan Gilbert against Pablo Lopez here in this one. And going to be a lot of support out there, I would think, for the Mariners here in this one today. Yesterday, we went with Kirby, and that didn't work out. And we also thought it was going to be fun. Hope I'm here. I think my Wi-Fi might be. I'm going to give it just a second, folks. I think I got a little Wi-Fi in and out here. You guys will probably tell me, but I can tell because I don't have a full thing. But I'll just ramble here a little bit with the Seattle that I was talking about from yesterday. Maybe because I got it wrong. Hopefully this won't be broadcast. But Minnesota did go on to pick up 6 runs in that game and get the win. The Cappers were on Seattle, it felt like yesterday too. I mean, all the videos were on it yesterday. I was on it. And Twins ended up getting the win. All right, here comes some plays here. Thomas is on Seattle. Dre says nerfy action here in this one. You got Gilbert's been perfect so far. No first inning runs allowed. Lopez is actually one of the worst in baseball. However, he has given up first inning runs in 4 of 7 games. Seattle is scoring runs in 8 of 37 first innings so far. Minnesota, they're 10 out of 36. Lazzy on Arizona. Jerry's on the over here. He's breaking up. Anybody have a 1970s reference there? Was that the $6 million man? Man, how much is the $6 million man worth today? All right, maybe that's it for you guys. Oh, here comes some plays. Jeff's on the under. Luis is on the under. Oh, I've got to make a pick on this game. I'm going to take Seattle in this one, actually, with Logan Gilbert here. He's got a 1.02 ERA in his last 5 starts. He's Seattle's 5-2 with Gilbert here. 6-0 is going to take Minnesota and over, however. Lopez, 2-0 in his last 4 starts with a 3.86 ERA. Minnesota 4-3 with Lopez. He does have a 3 ERA in just 2 starts against Seattle. Minnesota obviously still hot, even with the loss of the other game, but they were able to get that win yesterday. And all right, Seattle. All those under trends are still there, you guys, with Seattle, but Minnesota. We saw 9 runs yesterday. Feels like it could be an under today, especially. In fact, let me update the total here. I think Did anybody see anything yet? Here's Brent on the Mariners, but man, I mean, this thing's 6.5 everywhere. In fact, juiced to the under. You know what? I don't know if I can do it now as a premium. I mean, um, I do like this game under. I was going to use it as a premium. I don't know if I am now at 6.5 under. I mean, I still could. It still feels like it's going to be to me, 4-2 or less. And I feel very strongly about that. I don't think I've had a MLB double play, but man, this is gonna be an under. I'm gonna go Mariners and under here in this one. I like the under probably better than the Mariners. Actually, I was saving it. I haven't put my baseball in yet, even with this day card. So we got to wrap this up, but mostly because I get a chance to maybe look at some lineups. But give me Mariners and under here. Big time. And 60 says, what are you doing? 8-2 to the over last 2 years. Fernando there now talking about the Olympiacos game against Aston Villa. I didn't prepare anything for that for the show, and maybe I'll bet it, but I just stuck with the big league. All right. Keep going here with the Giants taking on the Rockies. And hey, next time the Giants and the Rockies total gets to 8.5 over 25, just let me know so I can back up the truck. Where's Thomas? Back up the truck special. Come on. Come on. You're telling me that some random game if this is the case, then all the Rockies totals are going to be down from here on out, I would think, right? Is there some type of atmospheric condition that's going on? Okay, maybe the Rockies offense is really bad. They are. But the game went well over, and it was the lowest total in, I don't know, years. And when the total is the lowest in years, every projection by any reasonable, everyone who kind of goes with the flow, it didn't work out. Come on. It's not going to work out again either. You kidding me? I'm going over. The steam, I think. Let me see if actually they didn't steam this one. They steamed it yesterday under the sharps were on the under, so I can't really. I'm always going to be the one to what are we doing? But I'm never going to go under this type of number. Maybe, and I'm that tricky guy, right? I'm the guy come up there. Oh, 9.5 a Rockies game. I'll take the under. Yeah, not today. Not after what I saw yesterday, and everyone trying to get cute with a game that, I mean, it wasn't like who else would be pitching? I mean, who could be pitching in a game that would be the lowest total in stadium history? Oh, well, when you got Hicks and Lambert. Whatever. I'm taking the over on the show. I don't care if it's 1-0. Hideo Nomo once, I believe Hideo Nomo once pitched a 1-0 no-hitter in Colorado. You guys, was it 1-0? He pitched a no-hitter. I think it was 1-0. All right, Thomas is on the Giants here. More Giants for Luis. Brent on Luis. Our Tom's, got a double play. All right, Jeff going over. He's going over. So, you saw it yesterday. I mean, come on. It really had no chance. It just looked like a typical Colorado game. Some runs here, some runs there to be continued. Giants and over. I don't know about the side, quite frankly, and I don't think it's going to be a premium. But feels like some volatility here with Win and Quantrill in this one. Let me get a little numbers for you if you're interested. I want you guys to maybe bet it. I'll probably still find a way to money on every game. You know that. But Win has a 3.86 ERA in his last 4 starts, a 5.4 career ERA against Colorado in 2 starts. Giants have lost 8 of their last 13. Quantrill, 2.55 ERA in his last 4 starts. Colorado just 2-5 in his starts this season. Quantrill has gone 1-4 to the under so far. He also has a 3.1 ERA in 4 starts against San Francisco. Colorado's lost 28 of their last 36 games. Rockies under in 16 of their last 25. Giants under in 11 of their last 16. Whatever. Maybe that's part of it too. Even the Rockies have been in the under parade, I guess, a little bit. But no, not in Coors Canaveral, whatever. So, and again, it doesn't seem it's not a it's a more technical handicap than I'm trying to make it out to be, right? But here you guys are coming some plays here. All right. And we did have the premium pick winner yesterday here on not the premium pick, I'm sorry. We did have the show winner here on the morning steam yesterday with the San Francisco Giants on the run line. And they did get it 8-6. 8-6 in Colorado. That typical game. 8-6. When I was young, that was an average score of a Colorado game, 8-6. 7-6, 7-5, whatever. Astros and Yankees with Ronel Blanco here on the road going up against Marcus Stroman. Blanco has a 2.09 ERA in 6 starts this season. He's 3-0. Houston's won 5 of his 6 starts. Houston's lost 4 straight now following yesterday's game. We gave out the Yankees here on the show yesterday with Carlos Rodon, a victory here. Stroman 4.43 ERA in his last 4 starts. We talked about him giving it back a little bit, but still Yankees 5-2 with Stroman on the mound so far this season. He's 3-1 with a 2.50 ERA in his career against the Astros. Houston has gone under in 14 of their last 19 games overall, and the Yankees have won 6 of their last 7 games. With Blanco and Stroman here, I'm going to end up going under. I really feel like this game is 3-2 or so, somewhere like that. I probably should roll a little bit premium here. I think Stroman can have a real good outing here against the struggling Houston team right now. Back to losing again. They're 5-12 on the road. I don't believe Houston is one of the worst teams in the league, but I think this hole is continuing. They're digging themselves in. Is going to end up being maybe a little bit too much. Blanco's never faced the Yankees. We'll see. I mean, he's looked really good, obviously. He's Mr. No-hitter. You got to say that every time. Until the next guy pitches one, maybe. I don't know. All right, here comes. Hey, Jeff is here today. Jeff Roblo here today. He's got Yankees in Arizona. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Luis Yankees and over. Thomas on Yankees. And 6-0 says Yankees dominating the Astros right now. Keep that streak going. All right, I might just do that. We'll see. Like I said, I don't have any premiums just yet. I think I know which ones they are. Just want to be sure. And I'll have a pretty nice package today. I got 3 plays right now. Probably going to have, feels like 7 today, maybe 8, even with this light card. There's only 11, 12, 13 really games to choose from. All right. Thanks a lot. Here we go. Next one. Cardinals with Sonny Gray. Well, here's Sonny Gray. He's going to get the start here after the rain out on the road here against the Brewers. And I don't want to say things have changed for me with Sonny Gray. I mean, I was Sonny Gray when Sonny Gray wasn't cool. Okay. I mean, I've been rolling with Sonny Gray a long time. I always know he's a durable starter. He keeps your team in it. And sometimes it's just a matter of putting him on a good team. He's not here, unfortunately, but still it'll work out with Gray, but I don't know if I'm ready to roll now with Gray like I was in the game with the rain out. I don't even remember if I was on Gray, but I mean, you know what we were talking about with Gray. Everybody's pretty hyped up on Gray for that start in that game, just given the price. Gray is a 160 favorite at home against Detroit. In fact, the fact that Gray was pushed back, the Cardinals would have been an underdog here, probably by about a buck 15, a buck 20. But now they're a favorite because of Sonny Gray. And while, I don't doubt that Sonny Gray can continue to pitch well here, and I don't know if I have a play on the total just yet. Cardinals have still lost 7 of their last 9, and now they're playing the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a little bit different, right? Look, we got Jeff in here. Yeah, hard to, pump up Milwaukee right now, the way things are going. They've lost 7 of 11. These teams are both struggling. But when the Cardinals play the Brewers, it's a little bit different than Cardinals playing some other teams, not named Cubs. So I'm going to take the Brewers on the run line here at plus 1.5 at minus 150. But I'd stick closer to a pick 'em, and you guys can maybe want to take the Brewers as well. But I know the Cappers are still going to take Sonny Gray today. I don't want Sonny Gray in this spot. I'm going to take the Brewers, and on the handicap, a little bit, just something I'm doing. Luis on the Brewers, and Thomas says he already had them written down. And have I missed another game here? Oh, no, that's the next one. R. I could. I don't know. R. Tops. I guess gotta say R. Tops. Milwaukee and under here for 6-0. And look at what Jeff says here. That's important because that's our Brewers correspondent. But nonetheless, I'm on them here, but I'm taking the handicap. So, okay, I think that's it for that game. Now here comes our Thompson's game with the Guardians taking on the White Sox. And, everybody already talked about this game in the chat. I know the Cappers are still willing to roll here. Look, if your capper didn't give it out to you at $1.40 or whatever it was earlier, interestingly though, maybe this is what our Thompson was. Maybe I don't know, but to me, this line is moving towards the White Sox. And who's going to bet on the White Sox? The sharps, the ones that don't watch games, they just bet numbers. It's down to 152, 154, 159, 162 or so here on the road now. So maybe it's giving back a little bit. Maybe they're willing to come in on Fetty a little bit in this one. I don't think I am. I'll just go with the under here. It's already 7.5. Yeah, you can still get a juiced 8.5. In fact, 8 under 25 is certainly a fair price. It might not even be like that, but there are some 7.5s out there. 7.5 over 20 at Bovada. I'm going under here. I thought this was probably going to be a premium, but I couldn't get myself to go with the side now. Guardians minus $1.70. I know everybody's on them. Steam came in even on the Guardians in the game, but I don't know, this drawback right now at least is making it affordable here if you want to play the Guardians against the White Sox. Guardians are still, what do you say? I mean, they're still on fire for the most part. Playing nearly well over, playing 600 or playing better than 600 ball, that's for sure. Lively here, he's been good. Lively up yourself, 1-1 with a 2.05 ERA in his last 4 starts. Lively's gone under in 3 of 4. Cleveland 5-3 in their last 8 games, 12-7 on the road. Fetty's been good. We talk about the White Sox and where they've gone for their pitching. Fetty, that's pretty decent option coming over off of a tremendous season in Korea. And so far, good numbers, 2.92 ERA in 4 starts. He is 2-0. So I'm going to take under. Fetty can certainly do well here. Cleveland is under in 10 of their last 14 games on the road. Our Tom's on Cleveland, Luis on Cleveland, Thomas on Cleveland, Jeff on Cleveland. Everybody Cleveland. And again, I think that now the fact, look, there's no doubt in my mind. Let me look again, but I think it was as high as $1.70. I won't even update it on the screen just in case somebody plays a video later and says, well, they're $1.65 now. Because I think it's fair. I think it's fair that the price did go up to as high as $1.70 here. So I'm not saying I'm on Cleveland here just because it is a discount price, but I do think you're going to see cappers kind of gravitating towards Cleveland, anything within reason $1.50 or so. And I'm always looking at the White Sox first to try to find a spot, and you'd think you'd want a little better than $1.30 with the White Sox at this point. The White Sox are certainly getting attention from sharp bettors still. Cleveland does feel a little bit steamy, a little like a little bit square still. That's the way it's going to be. No, take no offense. Travis Gordon here today. Thomas feels bad because maybe there's too many consensus plays, but want to know what they all are? There's one game left in the Major League Baseball card. We'll get out of here with Kansas City here against the Angels and Waka. And, the Royals are just terrific right now, really looking great. They got the win yesterday, of course, against the Brewers with Singer. We gave out the under on the show. That backfired. But cappers yesterday, they cleaned up. I promise you, you go up and down here, even on the channel. I believe here on the Tony's Picks cappers, plenty were on yesterday. Kansas City laying just a modest price. They might be again here today, laying it on the road. And certainly a Kansas City team playing much, much better than the Angels. The Angels finally made it back home. Problem is, Waka hasn't been too good of late. He has a 7 ERA in his last 5 starts. Detmers has also been pretty bad, though, of late. Here with an 8.15 ERA. Both these starters have been very, very bad. It's funny because Waka has dominated the Angels in his career in 3 career starts. I think he has just 1 earned run, maybe 2. But he's 3-0. I know that, with a very low ERA in his career against the Angels. Meanwhile, Detmers 2 starts against Kansas City, 5.91 ERA. I think the perception is it's going to be some runs scored. I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna be on the under here now that we're back in Anaheim here with the Angels, and it's 8.5. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. I think keeping it 8.5 juiced to the under. So I can't make an argument really for these other than they should be better, obviously, with Waka and Detmers. They're no world beaters, but they're veterans who have had better numbers in the past right now. And again, Waka, you'd think, feels like a good situation with him in Kansas City, but I don't know. All of a sudden, I do have some concerns. However, funny that for all the runs, for all his struggles, Kansas City is still 2-5 to the under in his starts. Kansas City's gone under in 8 of their last 10 home games. The Angels have been going over on that road trip, even with Trout out now. But now the Angels are back home. They're 4-11 at home coming in. Royals are just 500 or a game under 500 on the road. So I'm still going to take the under here, but there's no doubt these starters have gotten toasted pretty good so far this season. Make no mistake right now. And the bullpens haven't been very good either, especially the Angels. They're near the bottom. But I've got a night game in Anaheim. I'm going to take the under, a little bit of contrarian action from me. And sometimes I do kind of tail the steam a little bit. I think that's what I'm doing here in this one. I'm going to respect the steam here and take the under. All right. And Jeff, I think he's saying Detmer's K-prop is rising. So you do have, again, early K-prop people pounding here a little bit. You think of K-prop a little bit square in a way, but these guys really, when they're hammering these, you got to really take note, especially when they're hitting them early. All right, looks like you guys got your plays in here for the most part here. We did go over those WNBA games, so I guess we don't really need to go over them. They are the Liberty and the Sun. Maybe I can at least put the line in there. The main big TV game here today is the Fever, of course. So we already talked about that and gave it out, but there is the game there, and I'm going to list it at 2.5 here for the Fever. Most of the books look like they're at 2.5, and our play is on the Fever here on the show. Thank you so much. I don't know what else sports we can cover. We even talked about the Villa game. Maybe I got a couple tennis matches coming up. I'll send you out of here with. Let me see what's coming up still on the schedule, and see if I can just rattle off a couple winners here. I got all my plays, and they're in Rome this week. Oh, golf. The tournament's underway. I'm going to recite my my futures. Maybe I need to start doing golf now they're on the East Coast. I guess I gotta start doing it on Wednesday, or we could just kind of ride out for the fun of it. You can hear who I'm on for some of these tournaments. Myrtle Beach Classic is the small tournament this week, where the guys who aren't invited to the bigger event is. I've got 35-1 Matt Wallace. I've got 22-1 Daniel Berger. I've got 65-1 Nicholas Echeverria. Over at the Wells Fargo, the bigger tournament, I've got Tommy Fleetwood at 33-1. I've got Denny McCarthy at 65-1, and I've got Brendan Todd at 150-1 this week. And you can always have variations of those guys here. They're only on the maybe making the turn here a little bit. You can still play the live tournament odds and still get relatively close. They've only played about 8 or 9 holes at the Myrtle Beach event, and they haven't even teed off yet at the Wells Fargo. All right, and let's see. I'll only do maybe what we have here. Tennis coming up within the maybe the top of the hour, huh? Let's see here. Oh, if I can rattle them off. Otherwise, Brenda Fertova. Brenda Fervatova over Kirstia. I'm taking Fervatova minus $1.30 here. Also, this is tougher than it looks here all of a sudden. John Leonard Struff over Pedro Cachin. Struff here to win in 2. Struff to win in 2 over Cachin. And also, good match here. Noon Eastern, Putnetsova and Stevens. I got Putnetsova to win over Stevens. All right, 3 tennis plays. Let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Catch you tomorrow with more Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone for stopping by today. Enjoy the action today and the games tonight. Hit me up over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. You click on the all cappers tag like I just did. You scroll down. You find Ramon Scott or your favorite Tony's Picks capper. You click on their handicapper profile page and get signed up. Here is the best. Here you just get all my packages of my weekly, my 7-day, 3-day, 30-day but the other ones will be up there as well. And you can always check out my latest picks and how I did. Why not just see how Ramon Scott's doing? I've been hot. I know I did have the 2 and 3 there, but you look back here over the last couple of days, and a little streak right here. Look at these wins coming up here, a little winning streak in there over the last 5 or 6 days. So plenty of winners right there as well. And, you want to scrutinize my plays there, go over to Tony'sPicks.com. They're all there. I enter them in, and they grade them. Nothing I can do. No turning back once that play is in. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow for Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott.